This is the first time I've done this. I've never live streamed in portrait before. Hello, fuckers. Hey, so I wanted to fucking talk about how I'm not getting all my comments again, or again. Yeah, I guess you could say it's again thing. I want to expose my lack of. There, we got to keep this viewer friendly, advertiser friendly. I can't be showing any skin. That'd be inappropriate. So anyway, guys, what's up, man? I wanted to just give like a shout out to as many people as possible that I'm not getting all of my comments for whatever reason. So it's gonna be that for now, for the time reason, what's up, man? That I'm gonna go through my comments on my days off. Like not every day of my days off. This when I get to my day off for the weekend, I'm gonna wake up and spend some time going through the computer because last week I did it and I noticed a whole bunch of shit that I'm missing, a whole bunch of comments I missed. It took me an hour to go through everything and answer the ones I felt needed to be answered and whatnot. And then also, like just now, I went back and just from the last week, I missed a whole bunch of comments. I'm not 100% sure. I might have seen yours, and because of the name, I might have thought you were spam. I don't know. That's also been like a reoccurring thing recently where I've had a bunch of people or a bunch of spam accounts, and like you go check their accounts, it's like 100,000 subscribers, and it's all about how to get subscribers on YouTube. So, are you one of those guys? So anyway, yeah. Anyway, so I figured this would be time to give people a chance to ask me some questions. There's always people asking me questions, and never anybody around when I go live. You know, I don't bother scheduling live because nobody shows up anyway when I schedule it. So I just do it whenever randomly. I'm doing good. Roger Mims, Facebook. Nah, I didn't see that. David, everything's going good. I mean, as far as it can be, other than the fact that we got the Rona madness going on, and I would rather be building race cars and all that shit. But money flow has come to a screeching sudden halt. March started off as very good for VHP engines, the best month I've ever had. As a matter of fact, I can say that best month that VHP engines has ever had financially, and of course it came to a grinding immediate halt when the coronavirus thing went full stream. Yeah, safe. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, my wife she works like random times now throughout so far. K24 Z7 Z3 head swap. Shoot your friend request. I don't really do friend requests. I mean, if you find me on Facebook, I'm not gonna turn you down, I guess, if you're a car guy or whatnot. But I don't really seek people out. Let's see. K24 Z7 Z3 head swap. What exactly? Oh, you're trying to do that to get away from the fucked up setup. As far as I understand, for the K24Z shit, that Z7, from what I remember, if it's the engine I'm thinking about correctly, that's not it's one of those things where you have a problem tuning that. If that's the K24 that I think it is, the one with the single pipe exhaust or whatnot, yeah, untunable or whatnot, unless you go some kind of craziness. Return fuel system for RSX all motor. Return style. I would not go out of my way to convert a system from one thing to another. Whatever that system is, return or returnless, I'm gonna keep. And that same thing goes with like the EG right now. Like I'm putting a K in an EG, and it's a returnless fuel system. I'm going to convert it to to a return system because that's what the car is. That's what the chassis is. I've already got the fuel lines and whatnot picked out. They are $219, so I'm not allowed to buy them right now. So I just bought the brake lines and shit today, but I shouldn't have even bought that. That was only $25. I'm glad you appreciate it, Mr. Rusty. That's great. I'm here to help if I can. Maybe sometimes it don't seem like it, but that's what I'm here for. Try to. Anyway, so as far as the EG hatch goes, I got the jack stands, I got the brake lines, I got the alternator, I got the pedals. So I'm going to put the T-bracket on this week. That's what cut that little piece I need to grind out. Put the T-bracket on, put the car on jack stands, drill the 2 holes I need for the shifter box to fully mount it. To put those last 2 bolts in. And I got my clips, retaining clips for the shift cables. So it's going to be 100% locked in place. All the shifter mechanism shit is going to be locked in place 100%. Then I guess I could mock up the brake lines, even though I can't really mount them right now because I don't have the fittings. But junkyards have been able to stick with the essential business type deals, so I'm still able to go to the junkyard, so I can always go back to the junkyard to get the fittings. And I also need to get a prop valve, so I guess I need to either find one in the junkyard or maybe I'll get lucky and give a shout out and see if I can't buy one from you guys. Save me the trip. Coils in the RSX. The RSX, I'm not going to touch anything on the RSX except the swap. Everything the way it is going to stay exactly that. I don't plan on making, I'm going to push as much as I can push on pump. That's the plan for now because it still has AC. I don't plan on eliminating the AC. I would still like that to be the daily driver, even the ones that's boosted. So I'm imagining it'll make 500 something. With the compression it's got right now, I would imagine to make 530 at least. The only way I would imagine it makes anything less is if the turbo just shits out. It doesn't make any more power. I'm going to go with a cheap turbo. I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a turbo. So I'm going to get a China Max Force, $120 eBay special. Yeah, I'm going to slap that on there, China 35, or maybe I'll go with a China 40, who knows, and see how much power I can make out of it on pump, and then that's just whatever power the tuner gets me is whatever it gets me. I expect it to be no less than 500 horsepower, though. And as far as the VTEC killer, if you guys are curious, the hope is to make at least 220 on pump. But there is also a very strong possibility that I skip the pump gas tune altogether and go straight to E85. Because this car is going to be track dedicated. So I might just skip pump and go straight to E85 tune. If I do that, I'm hoping for like 230, you know, maybe we get that. Maybe 235, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going balls out on the intake manifold. I'm going with a PRB, so that's going to restrict on some power. And I'm most likely, I might put a stock throttle body on there and just pour it out as much as I can. So I don't expect it to be like full potential for that. I'm just gonna, that the whole idea is to do a budget build for this car for right now, and then go back and tune with on M1 when I get my race engine in there. Oh, are you thinking coils in the RSX? M1 is king. Yes, M1. Yeah, M1 for sure. That's what exactly what I want to do. How much booster run on a D16Y8 Vitara build? That's good quality, cheap turbo for Vitara build. Okay, look, guys. Okay, so Mr. Clandestine Chemist, there's no, like, when it comes to cheap turbos, they're all more or less cheap across the board the same. You either get a cheap one or you get an expensive one. If you're going to get a cheap one, you just get the cheapest one you can get and make which power you can. As far as boost is relative to the turbo. So it's much better to have a wheel horsepower goal in mind. How much power do you want to make? And then buy the turbo size appropriate for that power. Don't worry about boost pressure. The easiest way to say this is to say it's not relevant. It's an irrelevant topic. Just talk about boost PSI, all that bullshit. Everybody loves to fucking focus on PSI, and that doesn't really mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. Not for what most people are talking about, at least. Does that have an effect in the actual turbo setup? Yeah, but not in the way that people are talking about. PSI means nothing for the way people are talking about when they're talking about building a turbo car and they're using PSI as a gauge. It's not the way to look at it. You look at it as how much power do you want to make the turbo for that kind of power. The only time I would say that you need to worry about high boost versus low boost when you're talking about something like that is to say, like, if the tuner has a preference on what they tune. Like, I know a tuner that would charge certain X amount for 15 PSI and below, and then he would say 15 PSI or above 15 PSI was a whole different kind of tune. He would tune it for high boost. And that's just because the higher you go up in that, the more time you take, the more tuning and time it takes. So that's what I'm saying, like there. It's a different an effort into the tune, which is why it would matter at that point for that person, for the specific guy. But yeah, PSI is usually irrelevant for what most people are asking for because the pounds of pressure you throw at your fucking engine isn't really going to be relevant there. Or something resembling a woman. Ah, shit, that's funny. Yeah, man, the whole time I was in the Army, I was just thinking about doing exactly what I'm doing now, which is what I was thinking about when I was talking to my wife like a week or so ago. If you want to boost your stock single cam, don't go over 200 if you want it to last more than a day. Okay, so like the whole thing with the Army thing, right? I got in right when my car shit was starting to peak. Is when my interest in cars was starting to peak. Is when I jumped into the Army, and the whole time I was in, I was planning on what I was going to do when I got out. Now I got out, and it took me a couple of years after that, but I'm doing it, so it's great. And to think that I almost re-enlisted in fucking October, and if some stupid shit hadn't come up in my past, I would have re-enlisted. I would have been in right now, and the best month I ever had for VHP engines, which was this month or this past month, would have never happened, and I wouldn't be at where I am now. So I'm great. I'm happy that it didn't happen. Everything works out for a reason, right? I was a 91 Bravo, which it was a 63 Bravo. I think when I first got in, they changed it to 91. I was a wheeled vehicle mechanic. Building a full GSR as a track build. If you are dumping money into the GSR, I would say dump money into a K24 instead. If you're, yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm super happy it worked out too. It definitely, man, dude, at the time I was in a pinch and I was like, well, if I do another 3 to 5 year contract, that'll stall out. But man, dude, 3 to 5 years would have fucked me. I was very much looking forward to seeing where I'm at in 3 to 5 years post to now. Generator mechanic. Oh, okay, you're cross. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Crossed over. I guess the Marine Corps would have been my other option. Actually, originally when I went to MEPS, or not to MEPS, but when I went to the recruiting alley, they have all their stations in a row. The Marines was the first door I went to, but they were locked. They were closed. Yep. Could have been a Marine. The Navy guy was the only one that was there at the time. As a matter of fact, he popped out and he's like, "You willing to talk about the Navy?" I'm willing to talk about it. Probably going to say no, but willing to talk. Yeah, that didn't work out. Thank fucking God. I was like, I'm just going to go talk to the Army guys when they told me we're going to wait for your transcripts from high school. I'm like, nah, I'm here to do something. You're going to tell me I have to wait after I just talked to you for 2 days and did a test. I'm going to go next door. The Army's like, yep, we'll take you. I was like, great, because that's where I'd rather be. Man, I still think the Army is my preferred choice. I don't know. Marines would be a runner-up, of course, but yeah, don't regret my Army choice. Well, I don't regret any choice in life, as a matter of fact. Even the ones that are stubborn and seem like bullshit at the time, it usually always plays out in my favor. That's why like people say, would you ever like a redo? Hell nah, because I'm usually always really good with where I'm at right now. If I did a redo, God only knows what the fuck could happen. Now, Army has more MOSs. I guess that makes sense. You go to the Marine Corps recruiter, he's like, so, which crayon do you like? Those are your choices. I have a fucking a cousin that fancies himself a Marine Corps, or he fancies himself a Marine. He did, I think, 5 years in the reserves. Never did the active duty thing, which I don't understand why. And he's one of those guys that, like always lived in the moment. Like, I was always a serviceman type shit. Because he didn't actually go in for real and live it 24/7 and get it out of his system. There's a bunch of people like that who had their peak time in their life in the military, but couldn't hack it out for the 20 years, probably because they couldn't advance their rank. And then they get out and they just pretend they're still in the military. And they want everybody to know always. Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those people. I'm way out of regulation. All right, guys. Y'all got any more questions for me? My wife is sitting here impatiently waiting for me to watch a movie. Now I got my message out. It was real short, but anyway, like I said, I thought I'd take the opportunity to give you guys a chance to ask you more questions, or maybe do another shameless plug for the business. I have 3 K24s, 3 K24 cranks. So if somebody wanted to do a K24 build, I'm down. All right, man. Take care. Good talk. Yeah. All right, guys. No Rona. no Rona. It's a little clickbaity. Nah, we're all good here. Nobody's sick. Just sick and tired of this whole bullshit situation. I'm just trying to keep trucking on, but it's hard because now like my extra cash flow I had coming from work is now on hold. I told everybody to hold off. I mean, besides the fact of me being the guy that would say, don't worry about paying me. I mean, I don't really think I was going to have much choice in it anyway. I'm not going to be a dick to people and start repossessing parts and saying, hey, I'm going to take your part and put it back on the market despite how much you've paid or whatnot. Not going to do that. So the extra cash flow has stopped. I've still got plenty of work for myself, though. You know, right now I've balanced out. I'm working on the EG hatch during the weekdays after work, and then I'm working on the engines during the weekends. So I got stuff to do tomorrow. I've been pretty much keeping busy all throughout the week. There's not really much break time for me. I guess today's, you know, despite the fact that I ran one short errand, it's been a break. So anyway, guys, just I didn't shoot anything the last time I worked on the hatch because there wasn't really enough work done for me to justify a video, but I should have some stuff for you again coming Sunday. 619. Is that California? Yeah, I'd imagine, bro. Everybody's on that delivery shit right now. All right, guys. So yeah, I'll be back Sunday most likely. There is always a chance that I shoot a video tomorrow. There's one that, yeah. All right. Well, fuck yeah, I got that one right. But I do have a couple of things I could shoot. I've just been being lazy about sitting in front of the computer and doing it. But maybe I'll have something up tomorrow. Do something. And if not, I should see you guys by Sunday. Anyway, I'm always here, guys. If you don't, all the DMs are usually, all my social media links are usually in the video description. If they're not in the video description, you can find them on the main header of VHP Engines. See right there? If you go to the page, and look right here, all the links. VHP Engines Facebook, VHP Engines Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, the website. Also, guys, if you Google search VHP Engines, it's going to be me. So I'm very easy to find. So if you do leave a comment on YouTube and you don't get some kind of reaction to it or answer if it's a question or whatnot, just find me on social media and hit the DMs, and I'll get to you then. All right, guys, thanks for dropping by, and peace. See y'all next time.